What's up, guys? It's Sunday. So yesterday was a really tough day still. I don't know, man. I think I might have been coming down with a cold or something. My son has pink eye right now. It's really weird. Pink eye is such a weird thing to have, dude. But anyway,
It's not weird when you go around your
basically just how I'm feeling, drained still. Just lack of energy. And then psychologically waking up, when you've taken medication for years and years and years, you wake up and the hardest thing I feel like about it is, especially if I had to go to work right now today, is just like, okay, where's my medication? I gotta take that and then I'm gonna get going. And I have to remind myself I think the better thing to do would be, maybe eat a little bit of something. I've almost even thought about getting gel caps or disposable and just put in grass or something, and I'm just to psychologically fool myself into thinking I'm taking something. I mean, it's literally that bad, bro, to where this is definitely, if I was to say, put this on hardest things in my life, I think one of the hardest things in my life I've probably done is build that massive house that I just built. But I think the hardest thing, this trumps that tenfold. I would literally rather be broke and have to restart and relearn a whole trade than be stuck on medication like that, man. I mean, I'm not gonna be Mr. Perfect. I'm sure I'll have days down the line. Right now, it's about sobriety, so I'm not taking shortcuts with any of that stuff. I'm gonna get completely and absolutely sober, and I have had gabapentin, and I have had some things to help. I'm sorry, dude, the kratom, that shit was weak sauce anyway. I mean, I'm sure if I dumped half the bag into a cup and I swirled it around, I'm sure I'd have a feel good or something. But honestly, I think it is helpful. It is helpful for the first few days, but I also know I'm not gonna forgive my language, but I'm not gonna effing get hooked to effing kratom, bro. So it's I'm not. It's just a plant that grows out of the ground that you should take every once in a while if you're, maybe if you're really sick and you're having a lot of body aches. I mean, I think God made it for stuff like that, if you're really, or if you're detoxing off of the government super synthetic, super, you got to think they're taking opium plants that would give people withdrawal, but mild withdrawals, right? And they're synthesizing that shit, bro. They're it's like the THC nowadays, the THC back in when my stepdad went into war and he was a veteran and everything. He said, the weed, it just made you feel you just laugh and want to eat, now you smoke that shit, bro. It'll blow your ass right off, bro, because this shit's fucking so high THC content, man. And I know a lot of you guys that don't mean nothing, but to me, bro, that's insane. So that's what they did with opium, bro. They found this plant that makes people feel good and probably wasn't nearly as addictive by itself. I'm not saying it wasn't addictive, because tobacco's addictive. It's all that shit's addictive. But let's just say, if you're a tribesman, right? Let's say if we were in our tribal mind frames, right? I think as an indigenous person or something, and if you came across something like that, I think you would know it was medicinal. And I know that as soon as somebody stopped taking it and was sick, I think that you'd be smart enough as a tribe to only use it for pain and things like that. So I only say that because when it's so synthesized and taken out of its original form, and then it's powdered into pills, and then it's, you don't know how cut down to the last molecule it is. So it's they've done all these things to make it so much stronger and so much more addictive. By the time you pop one of them, it's it's a wonder that everybody ain't hooked on opiates, honestly, because anybody who thinks that it can't happen to you, dude, that you couldn't end up just like me or somebody else, just know this, like, me and my wife were talking about it the other day. When you look up on the hill at all the houses, damn near every single one of those humans is on something nowadays. Like, medication has became so rampant, you know, and it's this, you're having a bad day, oh, you're depressed, you need this pill, you know, and it's like nobody cares. Like, we're supposed to be soaking up the reality of our lives, bro. We're not supposed to be, you know, taking a drug and waking up at 30 fucking 4 years old and then trying to be like, oh, okay, I'm ready to finally wake up. Like, we should be able to, like, take substances and have the self-control to stop. But the problem is that by the time we see them, they're so formulated for addiction, I feel like, that it's almost impossible. And then, like, I've had battles before, you know. I was falsely diagnosed bipolar at one point, you know, and I knew I wasn't bipolar. I was just going through hormonal stages of being a teenager. My mom and dad got a divorce, and they rushed me on lithium, and then that wasn't working, and then it was Abilify, Lexapro, Lamictal. So I was like a state champion wrestler. I had like the severe, like I said, athletic potential, and then I started taking these multitudes of antipsychotic and you know, mood stabilizers and all these things, and it just fucked my whole mind up really at the time. And thank God for weed back then, because I feel like that's what marijuana is kind of for, in my opinion, because without marijuana, I don't feel like I would have been able to get myself away from the brainwash that I was bipolar, and I just needed to take these pills because otherwise I was going to have a really shitty life, and I was just going to, you know, hurt everybody around me and all these things. And it's like, well, none of that shit's true, because I got completely sober and got off those pills. And I was sober and happy for a long time. I was doing cage fighting. I was an extra in a movie. I could have been working my way towards, you know, even possibly getting a speaking role in a movie. I was really athletic. At this time, I really could have done anything with my life. I mean, but because of my latter school years and being put on all these pills, it just took my drive away, my focus away, my motivation. And so I say that probably made it easier for me to become an addict, because, you know, in my learning stages of life, I was already being numbed down by some sort of chemical from the government, you know. So I feel like that, you know, but I'm telling you, dude, like, the waking up and feeling like you have to take something, that's another battle, man, in and of itself. There's obviously a lot of shit I want to do. I want to get back into the shape I was in when I was on Suboxone, you know. I was in like extremely good shape, abs and everything, and, you know, even though I have abs now and everything, obviously I've gained a lot of weight, and I'm not even worried about that. Obviously I'm not, you know, I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying, for me, like, I've always been very focused on my physique, my look, my build, and all I'm saying is that the methadone experience really plummeted that. The coming off the sub and jumping onto the pills and the methadone very quickly, just, you know, like, I can't imagine if I would have been on it longer, bro. I think I would have been I would have turned into a fucking Oompa Loompa, bro. I would have, like, to be honest, like, not an Oompa Loompa, what do you call those, the Teletubbies, bro? I would have turned into that, bro. If I would have even survived, because I was over life, bro. It was like, yeah, just, the way I'm feeling, drained. That's it so far, and I've been up for a while. So, you know, I got up at like 10, y'all can see the clock, so it's been like an hour and a half. I've had time to wake up and get moving, and I'm gonna definitely go on a walk and get some sunshine, listen to some music, try to get some natural endorphins going in my head, and you know, try to get my brain to recognize and look around and see the grass and the green trees, and try to soak up a little bit of something besides sitting in the house or forcing myself to go to stores. Um, so yeah, still absolutely opiate free, still absolutely methadone free. It's Sunday. I think this whole journey started last Saturday, so it's over a week. Um, so 8 days. Um, I think I deserve to say somebody should be proud of me just because I've been honest this whole time. And I know that some people might hear, well, I took this, or they might say he took that. Just trust and believe me, man. This ain't the first time I went through withdrawals. I've been through so much, bro, and so many times I've fought, bro, and I've never made it this far on my own, so I know I'm over it. And also, I don't have any ambition, no matter what, to go back. You know what I mean? I would rather gain 300 pounds and figure out how to lose 300 pounds than go back, because I reached that point, man. When I die, I'm not scared of dying. I'm not scared of pain. I'm not even scared of, honest to God, I'm not even scared of burning alive anymore, bro, because with the way that I felt those first few days of those withdrawals, just on the inside, I felt like I was already tormented beyond what I feel like was permissible to be punishable in my idea. And that might sound cliche, but I'm truly just not scared of shit anymore, bro, because despite everything I took, a lot of times when I took those videos, either during the video or after the video, trust me, I was in punishment all day. And you know, I'm just one of those type of people that even if I'm sitting there, I'm not gonna like, oh God, guys, I'm just dying. You know, you know what I mean? Like, you guys know how withdrawals feel, you know? If you're watching this, or if you're watching this and you don't know what withdrawal feels, look at one of my videos. Like I said, it's like having the worst case of the flu and maybe the body pain and the dysphoria of COVID-19, a bad bout of that, while holding onto a mildly charged electric fence and trying to sleep and go through your day. That's how I'd explain withdrawals. And I wish I could say it was less severe than that, but it's really not, man. I mean, and there's a lot of things you can take to like make yourself feel a little better, but mostly the dysphoria, the depression, the anxiety, yeah, just the ickiness, bro. But I feel like God did something, man. He just helped me keep my mind, you know, there was one day I was having a really hard time with my mind. I think it was yesterday. Was like the first time I woke up and my mind just felt weaker. It was like it wasn't that my mind was telling me to quit or take something. It was just like this weird thing, man, where it was like, dude, I just didn't feel like my strong mind itself. I just felt like, but it was also a very punishing day yesterday for some reason. Today I don't feel like the withdrawal that bad yet, and I'm hoping to God that it doesn't even kick in. I'm trying to get out there and walk before whatever, but yeah, I got a good night's sleep. I did dose myself with Xanax just to sleep. You know what I mean? Like I said, I hate fucking Xanax, but my wife, man, she knows me when I don't get sleep, and she knows that I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking what I have to fucking take to sleep, because let me tell you right now, I feel like that's the worst. That's where you get the worst percentage of being able to actually do this and mentally like tough it through this process is the sleep. Clonidine, I've taken that before, not during this experience, but it's so fucking hilarious when a doctor says clonidine. It's just like, it's like, what the hell is clonidine, bro? Like, why was this even made? Like, I don't. It's like, we'll give you some clonidine here. It's like you could have half your arm sawed off out here, you know, spraying blood. You're like, ah. I'd be like, oh, we'll get you that clonidine, sir. It's like, okay, well, fuck off. Like, but that's the way you should be. Is like, bro, okay, well, my arm's fucked, but give me a tourniquet and send me out the door because I'm not taking your fucking opiates, dude. You know, and I think that's part of this fight back that I feel like that we need to do. I think as human beings, man, we all need to start finding it inside ourselves to start fighting slowly. I'm not telling you to just quit your medication, and I'm not telling you to just do stupid things that are going to make your life worse or make you lose your job. Don't do any of that stuff. But there is ways to fight back. And how I feel like that is, you know, maybe take that step and tell your doctor, hey man, like I don't want to be on this shit forever. I have to find a way off. And you know, and really stick with those things, and you know, and just every stage, just make sure you take it a day at a time. Or you know, if you want to just detox, you know, go into a rehab and detox that way. But there's ways to fight back, all because at the end of the day, a lot of it is about money, you know. And when you go into, especially when you go into maintenance, it's all about it's all about numbers. You become a number. Your number pops up on the screen. You go get your dose. Even if you get once a month, even if you only have to come back once a month, they're still going to wait for your number to get called. You're still going to go up there, and it's like you're just a governmental number. You're a spoon-fed work slave, in my opinion. And you know, we should be building our own businesses right now. We should be taking steps out to get better, you know. Simple as that. Sorry, somebody tried to call me. And because that's the only way to take your life back, you know. We're in a place where people want us medicated and numbed down. They don't want individuals. And honestly, they want to keep you as far in the dark as possible. So, you know, that way you're just serving the corporate purpose, you know. But people are waking up, man.
The pads, remember that thing that you're like, what is this? That, you know,
Anyway, I'm going to end this video. You guys have a good day. Bye.